Oh shit.
Yeah.
Fam, what's up? Welcome back to A Military Life Before and After. I know it's been a while since you've seen A Military Life Before and After, and it's usually at Kalu, but we are here at Mikasa. We have Coast Guard Chris.
Hello, everyone.
We have former Marine, Josh.
Josh Brown.
And we have Papa. Say hi, Papa. Say hi. All right, he's good. So I know you guys normally been seeing I chug a beer in memorandum of Drips 46's abstinence. So I will partake again. They have some things to do later, so they cannot partake at the moment. But, Navy, I have to, right? Coast Guard.
I should be.
Coast Guard, Marines, but the one that should be drinking is the Navy guy.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything. It makes sense. Alright. It's cold.
It looks good.
It's hard to chug when it's really cold. It hurts your throat.
It looks good.
Man up, dude. For the Navy, man. If I don't do it, it's going to look bad.
Very bad. There it is.
Done and done.
Dude, I had a big ass coffee earlier. There's so much liquids, dude. Alright, so the topic of today's topic is the hardest part about deployment. Now, I thought that would be a good topic because, alright, she's fine. So, Coast Guard, like I said, Marines, Navy, we were all deployed, but we all had it a little bit different, right? So you were overseas in, where exactly?
Al-Assad, Iraq, 2 times, 2006 and 2008.
Alright, awesome. And you were in like the encampment? Or was it kind of like the tent town or something?
No, it's a big base, and we stayed. We lived in the old barracks of the Iraqi army that used to occupy.
Oh, dang.
So that was pretty cool.
That's awesome. And then you were Coast Guard deployed, obviously, so you were living on a ship.
Yeah.
And it was like destroyer size or cruiser size?
Cruiser size, like 378 feet.
How much crew? How many crew?
Like 210.
210.
Give or take.
And then I had the Navy carrier. We had
city on water.
5,500 people on the Lincoln, and then also on the George Washington, we had over 5,000 people as well. It's freaking insane.
Yeah.
It was a floating city. But like the hardest part, I guess I'll just start. The hardest part for me, for my deployments on the carrier, were having to live, I guess, with so many people in the berthings. Right, your berthing.
Stuff, yeah.
How many people were in like your berthing, for example?
We had 14 people.
14.
In a really small space.
Alright, so now imagine
really well.
Our berthing was really, really small. We had the bunks stacked 3 high on each side, and then a little passageway in the middle, maybe like this wide. And it was just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And all the way down, we had bunks, like 50 of them. There was over 200 of us in one berthing. Over 200 of us.
That sounds
3 high, 3 high.
horrible.
And that was definitely the hardest part because you're living with these people 24/7. And some of them you don't like. And it's not like...
How many bathrooms were there?
The heads, there were 1 head on one end of the berthing and then 1 head on the other.
2?
And they weren't good. Like, to get to the good heads, you had to go to the other side of the ship. Like, you had to take all your gear, like your loofah, your wash, you had to take your robe, your towel, and like walk across the P-ways with this stuff. Go into the good bathrooms, and you had to wait in line, dude, for the heads. Especially, and then you would lose hot water a lot. You would, get cold showers. That would suck, dude. But like I was saying, the living aspect with all the people, because I'm sure, if you don't like somebody on deployment, you can't get away. It's not like when you're a civilian, you go home and you have like your own, like safe spot away from people where you can like regroup. Like you work with these people, you live with these people 24/7. Like,
Yeah.
You can't get away from the people you don't like or don't get along with. So like for me, I think that was the hardest part.
Yeah, I definitely had guys in my berthing that I hated.
Yeah.
But you just like...
So what would you say the hardest part for you, I guess, on being in the Coast Guard, on your ship?
Being away from friends and family, missing a lot of like major events in life.
Oh, like the holidays, yeah.
Holidays, weddings, funerals, like missing all that stuff.
Yeah, because it makes your demeanor like, you know, it's hard, especially when you're deployed and you're like missing family and stuff, and you're not. Yeah, it's hard to stay positive, I guess. What about for Marines being deployed? Because I know we have not just Navy people or, you know, Coast Guard people watching. We get, you know, Marines, Army stuff that are going to be like you, boots on the ground. So I don't really know what that's like being, you know.
In theater.
Well, yeah. For me it was, you know, I was in a helicopter squadron, so we were on an air base, so we weren't out there in the middle of nowhere sleeping.
Yeah.
I had, we stayed in barracks, about 18 people deep.
Oh, Hilo Squadron, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And I guess the hardest part of deployment, for me personally, is the same thing as you, being away from people, because I kind of enjoyed deployments.
Right.
As weird as it sounds, I had a lot of fun with some friends at the same time.
Yeah.
So, that, missing everything back home is definitely the hardest part.
For sure.
Hearing all the things you didn't get to go to, birthdays, holidays and stuff.
Yeah. And a thing that I noticed that helps a lot though too with the morale, I guess, is getting a lot of care packages.
Yeah.
Helps a lot.
Near
beer.
Yeah. Letters, emails, just like staying in contact with everybody back home. And as many care packages and like food, candy and stuff. Especially out on the ship, you know, stuff that we're not accessible to. Because I'm sure did you have like a NEX or like Army Exchange on base?
Yeah, it was one of the biggest air bases, so
right.
There was a PX and everything. It was about a 2-mile walk to it, but I mean that was fun.
Yeah, so definitely more if you're in the Navy or Coast Guard, care packages help a lot. If you have your family send you like your favorite food from home, or you know, just write to you, keep your morale up. I had a lot of fun though, don't get me wrong, there were a lot of fun times.
Yeah, definitely.
Like some of the best times were when you're deployed.
Yeah.
But also some of the worst times are when you're deployed. It's like both ends of the spectrum. It hits pretty hard. But yeah, I think that's going to be wrapping it up. Thanks. Appreciate pumping out a video for the fam. I'm going to try to do more of these military life before and after with people that I work with at Kalu and some other veterans once school starts again back in August and September, because it's easier to get everybody's schedules and stuff aligned. But also Sticker Fire. As always, I'm going to be launching. I'm going to be launching a campaign soon that my fiance is actually designing a new logo, kind of for like the channel and kind of like a brand. So I'm really excited to show you guys that. We're going to be doing a new sticker on Sticker Fire, and eventually some awesome other things coming out soon. So, thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.
Later.